That was some of the happiest times of my life when I was going to high school. I think I just about had perfect attendance. I did not miss school. And back there, we had to walk to school. I lived on 16th and Cedar, and I had to walk to Thompson Street every day. Walk there and walk home. We didn't have buses. There were buses, but not for us. But I just think that Anderson gave me something. It gave me a sense of family. You know, it gave me, a lot of the teachers were members of my church. I saw them not only at school, but I saw them on Sundays. They knew our families. It was just a community. It was just like a sense of community, a sense of belonging to something. I have kids in school now, and they don't know the first thing about their school, their teachers, their anything. They don't want to go to school half the time. But it was different then for me, and I think for most of my contemporaries, it was a lot different then. We enjoyed going to school. One of my favorite teachers was Miss Lewis. She taught Spanish, and to this day, I can count to 5 in Spanish. You know, I didn't realize how important it was back then. And our Miss Frazier, Miss Lucille Frazier, I was in her homeroom, and I guess I shall never forget Mr. Timmons and Mr. McDonald. I took geometry from Mr. Timmons, and I do know the circumference of a circle. I do know a few of those. I still retain a few of those things. And Mr. McDonald was very nice. Mr. McDonald was a good friend of he and his wife were a good friend of our family. So it was, you had some connection with your teachers. You knew a little bit about them, and they knew a little bit about you. They knew your home situation. They knew your family. And, you know, they were all, I don't think that there was a teacher in high school that I did not like. You know, all of them that I went to gave me something. And, you know, I can't specifically put my finger on it right now, but I just don't think there was a teacher I didn't like. You know, that was back in the day of segregation and separate but equal and all that. And I think the thing that I remember most is when our science class went down to be on KTBC TV. We did some experiments. I think Mr. Brown was our science teacher at the time, and he and some of the students went down to the studios, and we did a class on. And I think that I remember that as being really, you know, we're on TV. It's like it was a big deal back then, and I think I still remember that. And I remember the Friday night football games and how much fun it was to be out there, and you know, it was fun. It wasn't like, you know, it was just fun. High school to me was fun. I learned, you know, they gave me a good education, but it was not like being in jail or something. It was fun. You enjoyed going to school, and you enjoyed the people, the kids that you went to school with. I don't think I had a crossword with anybody my whole time in high school. It was just a very pleasant experience for me. Oh, I would describe Elsie Anderson as one of, I will qualify that and say one of the best all-black high schools that there was back in the day. I mean, you would be surprised at the people that came out of Anderson. We have famous artists, we have educators, we have doctors, we have all kinds of people came out of Anderson, and this was during the time when, you know, we were considered second class. And I can honestly say to a total stranger that the people that I went to school with and the people that taught me cared about my future. They cared about my experiences. They wanted me to have a good life, and they tried to prepare me for that life. And I would say to them that this was an experience that is lost to us now, and it was a really, really great experience. It was just we had an outstanding football team. We had one of the best bands in Texas, Mr. Joyce. I know everybody's heard of Mr. Joyce. And I mean, we had a great football team, we had a great band, and it was just a great school. You missed it. We have these reunions every 3 years, these all-class reunions, but there are classes that meet on a regular basis. There are chapters that we are doing everything that we possibly can to keep these memories alive and to pass our history on to those who don't know what we were about. And I think that if this were to just pass away, we would really have lost something. And we just should make every effort to keep it going as long as we possibly can.